everybody, it's SaskiaSketches and welcome back to the Ultimate Elemental Animal Challenge Part 15. Let's get on into it. I'm really excited about this one. First up we have Captain, and Captain is my water horse, and oh my goodness, I am honestly so pleased with how this drawing turned out. I had a lot of fun drawing her, even just, you know, the sketch and stuff. I really like this post that I found. It was hard to find a reference because she's a Mustang, meaning every time that you Google a Mustang, you get a car, you know, not a horse. And you Google Mustang horse, you get other horse pictures as well. But I think this is a Mustang. I hope it is. Anyway, her design has changed quite a bit over the many times that over the course of the many times that I've drawn her. But you know, today I wanted to really focus on making her look like water and really try and capture that feel. I didn't want her, you know, to feel like she was made entirely out of water, but I wanted to use the colors for that, you know, and the colors from water. Well, this wave picture that I'm looking at here, and I wanted to do the shading with those colors. So I looked at the photograph of the horse for the shading, obviously, and then I took what I saw and replicated it with the colors of the wave. And normally in my other designs, Captain has more like, she used to have more white on her, so she had the majority of her legs were white, and her nose was white, and her underside was white as well. But eventually I opted to just take those bits away because I liked the way that she looked here a lot better. And yeah, I really quite enjoy how she looks. I've really loved the shading. I think it turned out really, really well. And then the water I had a little bit more trouble with. I didn't really, you know, have a lot of experience drawing water like this, but it was really fun to try. I quite enjoyed it. I looked at a lot of cool references, and I feel like you know, she really came together, and I just love the way that she looks. I experimented a little bit with luminosity and shine just to give it that extra pop. I don't know if it was like entirely necessary, but I really love the way that she looks. I love the way that she turned out. The colors are a little bit too vibrant. I think I might go back in and change that a little bit, but you know, other than that, I'm really just so happy with how she turned out. Up next is Soul, and Soul, she was so much fun to draw. I say this about everybody, I know, but she really was. I'm having a lot of fun drawing all my characters, so you know, it's fine. I don't think I've ever drawn a hyena before. I might have maybe like once or twice in my lifetime, but I don't think I have. So it was really interesting to just, like, you know, look at a bunch of references and try and figure out what makes a hyena a hyena. And I had so much fun just like really looking at the facial shape, especially because it's very unique, and I felt like I captured it pretty well. I did a little bit more realigning than I usually do, just to make sure that I got it right, and yeah, she's really enjoyed it. Her paws especially were fun to draw because they're very, like, quite interesting shape, hyena paws. They're very big, and you know, the toes and stuff, they're much larger than the rest of the foot, and that gives her it makes an interesting silhouette and stuff. I had a tiny bit of trouble with the colouring because I just wasn't really sure how to make it look both natural and give it enough contrast, because I still felt like you know, there wasn't enough contrast, and then when I tried to add more contrast by adding different colours, it started to look yeah, well, less realistic. And I didn't really know what it was. until I added the spots and a little bit of extra orange, and then it all came together. I added some shading with the luminosity shine layer, or some lighting I should say, just to make sure that after, you know, adding the fire should look nice and bright, so it wouldn't have like the huge dark shadow underneath her in a spot that should have been like lit quite well, because there's a flame right there. A little bit of detail on the face, and then it was onto the fire, and Soul's fire is very interesting. It's different to the normal fire that I draw because it's blue, and she may or may not have been inspired by Minecraft's Soul fire, but you know. I just love the colors of it. It's so beautiful. I think I found this cool fan edit that had a little bit extra a few extra blue tones in it, and I took some inspiration from that as well. I love the way that she looks. She looks so bright. It's just really awesome. I looked at some lightsaber references to get the lighting right. Just like the light that the fire would be casting onto her, and oh my goodness, I am so happy with how this drawing turned out. I'm just, oh, I love her look. There's so much movement in this one. I love the way that it looks like actual fire, even though, you know, the blue fire is not really something that you see often. I'm so happy with it. I think it turned out so well. Up next is I think, is it Quin? Oh no. It's Quin. It's definitely Quin. Yes, it's Quin. I've got so many elementals. Oh no. Anyway, Quin is up next. Quin is my stained glass horse, and he is so interesting. He's very difficult to draw, because what you're seeing now in the reference is my first attempt at drawing him, which I didn't include because I already had like nearly 20 hours of footage for this video, and I didn't want to, you know, add even more on top of that. So yeah, you know, it's fine. The thing that went wrong the first time that I drew him is I didn't keep the shapes flat enough, because obviously glass doesn't really it's hard to make it look like it's all rounded off like that, stained glass anyway. Obviously there's, you know, it exists, but it's not the kind of vibe that I was going for. I wanted to really get that flat look as well. And I just, ooh, it was really fun to draw. Like, once I'd figured out the shape language, it's just all those colors. It's, oh, he's so pretty, and he's so gorgeous, and he's so, oh man, I love the color scheme, because you think it's like, it's a lot of colors, so it's going to be clashing, and it looks like it might be when you just have the flats, but once the colors are in, my goodness, it all like comes together. I did a lot of fun with the shading, because the shading it's a lot easier when you have like a flat surface, because it's just a bunch of lines, and it really, it brings it all together so beautifully, and he just looks so pretty, like, and so shiny, and oh my goodness. I added a little bit of texture on top, I think, just like very slightly. And ooh, that's Quin. Ooh, he looks so pretty. I'm so happy with how he turned out. It is, my goodness, he really is so freaking gorgeous. I am so happy with especially those little dots in line work where like two planes meet. Ooh, so happy with him. He looks so good. All right, up next is Koda, and Koda is my lightning panda. Koda is one that I drew 2 pictures for, so we have his younger form and then we have his older form a little bit later, and my goodness, tiny pandas, so cute. I don't know if you've ever watched like a video of some zookeepers like taking care of baby pandas. It's so freaking adorable. They're so clumsy. Like you wonder how they survive in the wild. Well, they don't, that's why. Like, oh no, now I'm sad. Anyway, baby pandas, they're very cute. This one is his older version. I like put a couple of pictures together to create the pose. and I really like how he turned out, because it's hard to find like a picture of a panda that looks a little bit ferocious, because they're kind of lazy. The animals, they don't look too intimidating most of the time, but they can be very intimidating. So I really liked, I wanted to get his personality across, and I wanted to make him look all like nice and fierce. And I think it turned out well. I really like the pose that I was able to come up with. Yeah. And we're onto the flats and the colouring. Obviously, you know, pretty simple colour scheme, the black on the white. It was also it was fun to colour, but it was also quite easy to shade and stuff. And I really loved the way that it turned out. I had so much fun again with the shading of the fur. Like, it's so enjoyable. I really like doing like black fur and white fur. I think they're both really fun. And especially the black fur, when there's a little bit of colour in there, like you can see there's a tiny bit of like a bluish green colour that I add for like the highlights and stuff, and I feel like that really makes it come together. Sometimes for the shadow elementals, I'll do just straight black and straight grey for the shading, but when I'm doing some more of the elementals that keep their actual colours, and they have black fur, I'll like get a little bit more creative, I guess, with the colours that I'm using. And my goodness, isn't it pretty? I love adding just a little bit of detail, for texture detail, that I feel like always like really brings it together. Yeah, and especially this one, I felt like once I was getting the colours in, he really started to come together as well. You're seeing that I'm kind of swapping back and forth between them, because I just want to make sure that I do it, like keep it consistent, so that the two pictures look consistent. So like I'll use the same colours, and I'll use the same techniques and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. This a little bit it's hard to organize this footage, okay? I'm sorry, this a little bit out not in the chronological order. It's you know, it's like 20 plus hours worth of footage. I'm sorry, I just like, it's a lot. I'm doing so much for these. But it's fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I have noticed that I'm spending a lot more time on each drawing now that I'm like way further into the challenge. I've been spending lots and lots of more time on the drawings, because I remember saying, like, way in like the first or the second episode, I think it was the second one with Iona's, and I was like, oh my gosh, this took so long. It took like 4 hours, and I'm like, bro, right now that's just like the standard for all of these. Like, they take at least 4 hours each. But it's fine. I enjoy it though. Like, I really do enjoy it, and that's why I don't mind taking a little bit longer. Like, it makes me really happy, and I'm super excited about it. And this bit, the lightning, I suppose the lighting as well. This was interesting, because I don't think I'd ever drawn like lightning before. I don't think that I have. So it was quite an interesting experience, and I feel like I learned a lot about how it's supposed to look. I don't think I have like an amazing grasp of it yet, but I feel like it communicates relatively well that it's lightning. I think you know, it really might need a darker background to really shine against, and I'll study some more lightning in the future. So that I'll be able to draw Koda a little bit better. But for now, I think he looks fine. Really like the way that he looks, like the pose and stuff. I feel like turned out very well. And yeah, that's Koda. Up next is Hikaru. Yay, he's so fun too. Like, oh, I went through so many reference pictures, because I wanted one where his wings were extended, because you'll see that later, he's got like a bunch of light coming from his wings, which is really cool. But there's my alarm clock. Anyway, sorry if you can hear that. Hikaru has his like light coming from his wings. So I really wanted a picture with his of a puffin with like their wings extended. But it was hard to find one with a good pose, so like eventually I just combined one reference of a puffin that was flying and then one that was just like standing there, and like it kind of like mushed them together to create my custom pose. That's generally what I do. And oh my gosh, the lighting. You'll see me go through like 20 different ways to do this and like trying to figure out how do I make this look? Cause like I was thinking about, okay, what do I want right now? I want something that looks like it's an extension from his wings. You know, I want his wings to look like they're, I don't know, like gushing with light, if that makes any sense. And I just, my goodness, it took so long because I just didn't know what I wanted. I went through a couple different shapes and then eventually I like settled on this one. I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool, but now how do I shade it? What do I want? So it's like, okay, maybe I'll like do something similar as I did with Estia, the clouded leopard, and the Aurora Borealis. But you know, it just wasn't looking right, and then I realized, oh, it's because this one is sideways. But there's so much stuff going on where it's like I don't know what I want, and the colors I wasn't feeling sure on. So again, the footage is there's the second sketch layer. I mean, let's watch that now. Gosh, I should really go through and like try and organize it. I'm sorry, it's so much to go through and I already spent so much time editing. It's fine, we all like seeing a little bit of a sketch. Anyway, I think, yeah, there's the flats. I apologize for any like chronological inconsistencies. Okay, there we go. I think maybe I fixed it off camera because I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, maybe I'll just like scrap it or whatever, but eventually I settled on this, and oh, I love the way that he looks. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Why is all this footage scrambled? This should just be in regular order. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. You see me like figuring it out a little bit more. This was a whole process because I just like, oh my goodness, I kind of like this shape, and then but these colors I don't really like, and then I went through like all the different colors and I kind of like this blue one, but then I did it black and white and was like, oh wait, actually I kind of like that as well. And you know, I then put over the black and white filter, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this much better, and added more white and then sparkles, and he looks so pretty. Like, look at my boy. I'm so happy with how he turned out. Like, this is awesome. I really like the way that he looks after all that struggle. I finally figured it out, so that's really cool. And last for today is Moira, and again, like custom pose here for, well, I wouldn't say like this like a super custom pose. I just did a different like added a different head on top, I guess. Anyway, it's fine. This one was also really fun, and this one was a lot easier because Moira, she's a lot more simple in terms of just design, I guess, because you know, just black wolf with some shadows, and I know how to draw wolves, I know how to draw shadows. It's fine. This one's gonna go very like much smoother than Hikaru went. And it's fine, you know. This is why they take 4+ hours now, is because I just do so much experimentation and stuff. I've decided to do some more thumbnails before I start doing the final thing for most of these elementals, the new ones, I mean, the ones that I haven't drawn before, like Hikaru, and that's been really fun, and it's been much more like helpful, so I don't have to like spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to, I don't know, like make them look fine, like the way that I wanted to, I guess. Goodness me, can you tell I haven't done a voiceover in a while? I always say this, and that's because I just like every time that I have a week or like a weekend that I have sometimes to record videos, I just record a bunch and then schedule them all for upload, and then, you know, by the end we're through all of those. I gotta record new ones, and then I haven't recorded anything in like a long while. So yeah, anyway. That's it, that's Moira. I hope you liked her. She's really simple, but I love the design. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!